Hello everybody, I'm Larry the Pen Bug Guy. Welcome back to another video on Larry's Fountain Pen. Today is going to be a brief but interesting review of the Pilot Parallel Pen. A great calligraphy fountain pen, a fun pen. They come in different size nibs, and the first two nibs I'm going to show you that I've done some printing was this one so far, Pilot Parallel Pen. Now this is the 1.5, okay, that's the nib size, and it's a plastic pen. They're long, orange cap, and then what's cool about it, you have that window, you can see where your ink is. And there's the feed on down to the nib. You can untwist the barrel, and there's cartridges that comes with the pen. And I'll get into that in a minute. But later, I'll break it all down and give a more thorough detail about these pens. So this is a 1.5 screw-on. And the one with the green cap is a 3.8. So, Pilot Parallel Pen. So let's have some fun and do some writing. That's the fun thing about having fountain pens. Even if you don't have a parallel, you can just have fun with fountain pens, right? At least I do. So we're going to go ahead and we'll just and here's the downstroke, and here's the cross stroke. Wider, thinner. That's pretty cool. So, we're going to do it again. And which is kind of hard to write when you do it like that. It's mostly made for like this. Alright, so that is the 1.5. Nice size nib. If you're an artist, you can have a blast with these pens. And if you're not an artist, you can still have a blast. Just doodling. And then here is the Pilot 3.8. Bigger nib, right? It is. Downstroke, cross stroke. Look at that different line variation on that downstroke you get from this one and this one. Why? Because bigger nib. And then the next two I have, I'm just going to open one today, is the 6.0, the blue. That's the big hoochie cooey there. And here's the 2.4. And this is how your parallel pen from Pilot comes. And they come with two cartridges. And this, I will discuss later, is for your pen. You can clean it out when you're ready to clean it out. So, let's get this little baby rolling here. These are pretty cool. So, let's go ahead and get this pen ready. And this one is the 2.4. So, on the cartridge, this end goes in, not this end. It won't go. Remember, it's this end that's going to go into the grip to the feed. It punctures it in all the way down nicely. And then you want to give that a little time to get on down, the ink to travel down And we'll get that going here in a second. And we're ready. All right, here we go. And this is the Pilot 2.4. Downstroke, cross stroke. Okay, now let's have some fun with our pens. Because that's what it's all about, right? Having fun with your fountain pens. You don't have to be an expert. I am definitely not an expert. All right. That's the 2.4. And I think I'm going to use the 1.5. So I think I'm going to put my door right here. And I'll put some windows over here. And how about a back door? All right, now I'll bring out the 3.8. Now remember, this one was the 2.4. This is the biggest one I have out of the three. And this is my roof. And this is going to be my walkway to my doorstep. So, these are just some stones or rocks. They're flat. And they don't have to be in order. Just however you want to create your drawing. So let's see what else we need. We need a tree. Well, let's put a tree. Let me see, a tree. Looks like heck, doesn't it? Ugh. A tree with red berries? Huh. Kind of looks like a mushroom, doesn't it? With arms. All right. And then this one, I will be putting in a blue cartridge in it later. But just to give you an idea, on the nibs, on the downstroke in the cross stroke. Now, last but not least, we're going to do this one more time. And we'll do the 1.5 first. All right. 1.5. Downstroke, cross stroke. All righty, moving along. And we'll do the 2.4 next. Downstroke, cross stroke. See how much more that downstroke with the width of this nib compared to this one? And last but not least, we'll do the 3.8. Downstroke, cross stroke. Look at the big difference. And when I do this one, this is the 6.0 millimeter. It's going to be way wider than this one. Now, I've had this pen, these two pens inked up for a few months without touching them, maybe even 3 or 4 months without touching them. Left them in the drawer to see how they would write without being used for a few months, and they did really well, so I'm pleased with that. So here you have it, the Pilot Parallel 1.5 nib, 2.4, and the 3.8. Well, that's going to do it on Larry's cartoon fountain pens for today. And there you have it. Peace, my friends. I hope you found this interesting. And I know I can't draw, but I bet you can. So, peace. And remember, don't text and
drive.
later, guys.